Erik, close, right into the fourth quarter. What turned? What happened in that fourth quarter?
Well, they hit some big shots, some threes, and then we weren't able to execute versus some of their pressure on pick and rolls. It kind of flattened us out. Went through a little bit of a drought, and they just kept on scoring, either via a three-pointer or foul trouble, or getting to the free throw line. And that's the thing. It was right there, but you have to be able to complete it for 48 minutes. That's what's going to be required against this team. And they went on a big run, and it just got away from us.
Was there something particular in that run, though, that at that point that you guys didn't do schematically or anything that allowed them to do it? Was it fatigue? Was it them wearing you down?
I don't think it's wearing us down. It's more they executed with purpose, and they really got the looks that they wanted, and then they made the looks. It's not a guarantee on that, but it seems as if every time that we had a little bit of a hesitation or made somewhat of a mistake defensively, they made us pay for it. We have to find a way. This team, obviously, they have a lot of shooting. They have guys that can score in the paint, but that is the challenge. We're capable of it. We just have to figure it out and complete it for a 48-minute game.
We've asked you the last couple of days how things might change with Joel Embiid back. How were they actually different with his return?
Yeah, obviously when the game speeds up, he can slow it down. He has a way of drawing fouls, and it's not just in the post. So a lot of his fouls drawn are on the perimeter, on shot fakes and drives, and he knows how to draw them. So we'll have to do things with great technique, great focus, great discipline. We are capable of it. We expected him to be in the series at some point. That's the challenge for us.
For as much attention as he gets, obviously, and what Ben's done and what Reddick's done at times this year, how big has Bellinelli been, not just tonight, but in these 3 games for them, and really since they got him?
Yeah, every time we had them, it seemed like we had them at the end of the clock. Last 5 or 6 seconds, in some of their big possessions, Bellinelli had the ball in his hands and took advantage of that. 2 or 3 of them were 3 or 4 steps behind the line with a couple seconds left, or at the buzzer on the clock. He's in a great rhythm right now. So if it's 2 or 3 steps behind the line, and that's what's required, then we have to do it all the way through. Finish the possessions and do it without fouling.
Erik, I don't want to simplify it, but both losses, 18 three-pointers for them.
Yeah.
And the win 7. Was it something different they did getting those shooters open, or how do you sort of explain that?
A little bit of both. A lot of it was similar to the first game. Some of it was off the dribble at the end of the clock. Some of it we just didn't get them off the line. They have a team of very good three-point shooters, and it's going to require more. It's as simple as that. To get our defense all the way extended, past the three-point line and get uncomfortable doing that. We are capable of doing that. We didn't do it tonight, and they made us pay virtually every time we were short on a closeout or, not defending a pick and roll at the point of the pick without it getting downhill to break our defense down. It's clear that the first game and the third game were played on their terms. We do not want this to be a crawl. That's not how we play either, but we certainly don't want this thing heading toward the 130s. That's definitely their wheelhouse, and we paid the price for that.
Erik, it's the 3rd straight game that Hassan just hasn't had any rhythm, and tonight just the 1 attempt, and I think it was right after the turnover too, that pass in the 4th. Are there ways to get him on track, or do you have to think about something different as far as the lineup?
Well, he might not necessarily, put up numbers, but that's part of my job is to figure it out and figure out how he can get to his strengths and be an impact player for us. It starts with the defense, the rebounding, but he has a lot of responsibilities for us offensively. I'll spend some time, working that out in the next day and a half.
Were you surprised by their physicality? Game 2, you guys pushed them around. They seem to push back tonight.
Well, they're a well-coached team. You know that there's going to be a sense of urgency. I wouldn't say that we didn't have a sense of urgency tonight. It was pretty physical both ways. I would say we probably made more mistakes throughout the course of the game, and we paid the price for that.